We knew Mike before Chris. So
I know.
Chris
Distefano.
Chris Distefano. I used to go by Chrissy D. Didn't Mike just go by Mikey D at some points?
Yeah.
You just came back from the Budweiser thing.
Yeah.
Whatever US. No, what was it called?
It was called Bud Light, Whatever USA.
Whatever USA. You were there?
Dude, I was there. It was fucking pandemonium.
Can you explain it to Jimmy?
Okay. Right.
Basically, the Budweiser, I know this much. They took over a town in Colorado, right? Mm-hmm. Was it Bud Light or
Surprised
Bud?
Coors didn't do it.
All Bud Light.
No kidding.
And that's why you said Coors. When you were out there, you get punched in the throat. Like they were like, do not talk about any other beer but Bud Light. So
but why would they go into Coors country?
Did
anyone explain that to you?
Dick move.
They were trying to be dicks, right?
Yeah, that was a dick move.
Love Budweiser, but I think they were trying to be dicks.
Yeah, so it was basically what happened was Bud Light sent out an email 6 months ago and had this whole contest, said 1,000 lucky fans are going to get a chance to win. Are going to get a chance to come to Whatever USA, and nobody knew where it was. So literally Friday morning, you got an email and you were like, congrats, you got to Whatever USA, pack your shit up. Your flight leaves at 4 p.m. And Bud Light bought out planes, buses, trains. So these people had no idea where they were going. In the airport, the board said Whatever USA. That's where you're going. The pilot would say, welcome to Whatever USA. People had no clue what the hell was going on.
And we can't even get a bumper sticker made.
I know.
The promotional budget of Budweiser, my God.
And it was like crazy. So Crested Butte is like a town like nestled in the Rocky Mountains. Like it's like an hour flight from Denver. So it's the most quiet, like pristine, beautiful town. And like you go down the mountain and then these Bud Light Whatever USA gates open, and it's fucking chaos. People naked, Questlove.
What do you mean naked?
DJing. No, some people just could do whatever they want. There was no rules. But Vanilla Ice was driving down the street in an ice cream truck, handing out vanilla ice cream to people. And we were just like, what the fuck is this? You were smoking weed, drinking everything Bud Light, water, pizza, all free. All free the whole week. I was down there doing a stand-up show, and the people who booked the stand-up show was like, you know what? Just forget the stand-up show. Everybody was just like, let's just go smoke, drink, and fucking Lil Jon was there, like yelling like, I love white people, and we were like, woo! Like it was crazy.
I gotta slow you down. Anybody else from 1994? Vanilla Ice and Lil Jon.
Dude, it was
a hot show.
I gotta slow you down a little bit because, all right, so they hire you to go there to do stand-up, and they realize it's such a crazy party. They're like, fuck this stand. Who cares? You'll still get paid. Just go have fun.
I did one show, the first stand-up show I was supposed to do. I did it. It was, the people are trying to listen to me, but it's chaos outside. Girls are flashing me inside. They're just pulling their titties out because you can do whatever you want. It's Whatever USA. Nobody gives a fuck. So then they were supposed to do the next show, and the people were like, you know what? Forget the next show. Let's just have a talk. Let's hang out. It doesn't matter. Bud Light's happy. They're happy. Everyone's here. Nobody cares.
How do they get this past the townspeople?
Okay, so the thing was, the media made it seem as if the town was really upset that Bud Light was coming in. That wasn't the truth at all. These people the town got a substantial amount of money to have this event.
It was for how long?
It was from Friday at 5 p.m. to Sunday at 3 p.m.
Okay.
So so it was a short event. The city, the town. This is how small the town was. The mayor of the town was driving me and the other performers around in his minivan, taking us to the different locations. Like it's just a small a ho-dunk town.
Right.
So they got the mayor said 4 times as much money as they make a year in a weekend.
Right.
And they had a great time. I mean, they had like this massive King Kong statue that somebody like carved a butt into and gave balls to. That's just in the middle of their city now. That's just gonna have forever. Like these artifacts. Like this town is like such a sleepy little town in the middle, and it's a ski town. So in the summer, they literally have nothing going on. So this town, it was amazing.
I saw when I saw the piece on TV, they were painting the roads blue.
Right.
What else did they do?
They painted the roads blue.
They got rid of every other beer, obviously. So wherever you went, all it was Budweiser.
It was out. It was out wherever you did. It was out. Every restaurant, participated. So because you got these wristbands and everything was free. So you went into a restaurant, they had a specific Bud Light menu. You get Bud Light, any type of fountain soda and water, that's all free. And then whatever food that restaurant served, they had a list of items that you could pick, and it was just all free. They put, hot tubs and sand in the middle of the street. They made like a beach. They had people getting shot out of cannons, human bowling, bacon making classes, everyone smoking pot, people just taking their clothes off, and, the cops are basically just giving you a high five. Like, yeah, it's Whatever USA.
Where'd you sleep?
We slept, outside the confines of whatever you would say, because only 3-block radius was where the hotels were and where the houses where the performers stayed. So I stayed in like some like lodge cabin that was,
Yeah, they didn't give you a hotel?
I don't know. Because the
I can imagine they only have like one hotel.
Yeah. Because they were saying, the mayor was saying that there's never been more than like at the height of their peak ski season was 2,000 people would ever be in this town.
Right.
There was 5,000 people there for whatever USA.
Why didn't Budweiser pick Ferguson for this?
They should have.
You want to talk about whatever?
Yes, they have to call it whatever, motherfuckers.
right.
Dude, it was so funny. Vanilla Ice starts performing, right? And he plays Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go. And then he plays Ice Ice Baby.
Oh, he did play it.
Yeah, and then we were like,
I think people were wondering if he was going to play that one or not.
Yeah, he played Ice Ice Baby,
okay.
and the whole town was there.
Yeah.
And then after that's done, he goes, I don't want to listen. I want you guys to hear my new stuff. And we were like, fuck you, dude. We were like, I don't care about anything else. And people were literally walking away. And then, like, he would try to do one of his new songs, and we would just go, din, 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 din. Like in the middle of his, we were like heckling his songs. And then he was like, you just want me to play Ice Ice Baby one more time? We were like, yeah. And then he just played it again, and then the town exploded.
Humiliating.
Nah.
We love Vanilla Ice.
That sucks, though.
Yeah, it does suck, because he would like another song.
Yeah, you want to do something else.
He's the coolest guy. You know, I got a chance
He's
to
really cool.
Fucking the man. And he, like, just to hand out vanilla ice cream, he was like, how great is my life, man? I was like, you have the best life.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, and people loved it. I mean, people love him, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I love him. It was great.
That sounds like a blast.
Dude, it was so much. Lil Jon just was on the DJ booth just yelling like, white people scream. Like,
how many white people were there?
It was literally 95% white people.
So how did Budweiser pull that off?
Dude, I don't even know, bro.
Bud Light event. That's mostly white Bud drinkers, probably. Black people don't drink as Bud as much.
A Budweiser contest.
Yeah. It was a lot of whites.
How'd they keep this a big secret, too, where everything was being shipped in and all this stuff? That's pretty impressive.
I think some people knew. Some people definitely knew. Like, if you Googled or, did your research, you could find out where that, like, I knew, the performers knew the day before that we were going to Crested Butte. And there was an article that leaked on NBC News saying it. But a lot of these people were saying, like, we didn't want to know, as if, like, they were pregnant. They were like, I don't want to know.
Right,
I don't want to know what city I'm going to. I want to be surprised.
Probably could have done Google Earth and just looked for the blue.
That's it. Yeah, you would have seen it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they had like these.
I can't believe you
rhinos.
went, because I saw this on TV. I'm like, that looks cool as hell,
dude. It was so much fun. It was like, because like you go into this, when we went up to where their house were and the hotels were, it's like so quiet, beautiful skies. You see eagles, and then like you get into this town and it's just the eagles are dead. This fucking things are blowing up. People getting shot out of cannons. They had bombs that you would throw up and it would explode like into Skittles or some type of candy, and you would just get hit in the face with candy. It was like, woo! Like everybody, like you could get your nipples pierced. Like people were. My manager's like a guy in his late 40s, lost his fucking mind.
Right,
and was just like, they had this weed out there called Death Becomes Her, and we were like, what the fuck is this? And they said the guy they named it that because somebody smoked it, and they started reciting lines from that play, Death Becomes Her. They had this other one called Oh Shit, where you just smoke it and you're like, fucking oh shit, it's crazy. They had weed juice. They had, everything, anything that you could eat had some type of weed in it because it's all legal in Colorado.
So it was weed and Budweiser.
KC and the Sunshine Band showed up and started playing, and we were like, holy shit. KC was like, literally like disheveled on the side of the road after his concert. We were like, holy shit, dude, you're gonna die?
How rank,
dude, it was sick shit. It was sick.
Now it's time for KC and the Sunshine Band.
When they came out, but we were so fucked up that people were like, all right, do it.
Right. No one has cared about these guys forever.
And their band is like 35 people deep. I was like, do you guys make any money on this? Or we just have to...
Right, yeah.
But Casey,
Is Casey still in the band, though?
He was
a lot of these old bands, they're all done and dead, but they continue with the name.
Dude, I like him, but I mean, he's, bloated, just like shuffling around the stage. He probably stayed on stage for about 2 hours. And we were like, all right, we have enough. Show. Yeah. No, I mean, he was playing everybody else's song. He's played his own songs. I mean, it was awesome.
What Casey and the Sunshine Band songs they do?
What they did, is this is one of their songs, right? Yeah, they did this. They did, they did like the big, I don't know. They did their songs. Because they would say, this one's one of ours. Because we were, a lot of people don't really, it was such a young crowd that people were like, this is great, but we don't know.
They didn't know Casey and the Sunshine Band?
We knew the songs, but we didn't know which ones was theirs and which ones weren't.
Yeah, this is one right here.
Did they know this one?
They played it. Yeah, this is what they opened with.
That's stuff. Of course.
They opened with it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they opened. No, they played all the hits. And Casey was cool. He was like, I probably, one of your mothers probably had a baby to this song, or one of you motherfuckers was probably born to this song. And it was fun. Yeah, it was cool.
What a fucking weird weekend.
But it was cool. Yeah, and
it was like Willy Wonka or
It's
something.
exactly what it was. It wasn't even real because these performers, we would all perform, and then you're just in the street with everyone. I'm a comedian and I was obviously the least famous out of all these guys, but so people whatever, it was cool. But these big time Casey, Lil Jon, Questlove, they're just in the town because there's nowhere to go and people are just getting wrecked. You could get wrecked with Casey.
How long was your set?
30 minutes.
You did 30?
I did. I powered through 30.
Wow.
I mean, literally.
But no one cared.
Nobody cared. Somebody threw one of those candy bombs at me. It was
Were you indoors or outdoors?
Indoors. Thank God, indoors. Because the first initial plan was outdoors.
Oh, no.
I had to go up on the same stage. There was 1,000 people there. It's just in the middle of the street. And I was like, this is going to be a disaster. And then at the last minute, thank God, they said, you know what, we're going to put you in a small theater.
Yeah.
And they did that. And I mean, the show was as good as it could be. A lot of crowd work, a lot of fucking whatever they wanted to hear. I just had to kind of survive in advance and do what they want. I couldn't do material.
No.
They weren't going to listen.
Obviously a tough spot, but you had a blast doing it.
Oh, dude, I had a blast. And then the next day I went on this panel with that kid. You guys see those commercials last year for the Super Bowl for the when that kid, his name is Ian, and he's playing table tennis with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. It's the biggest part. I was on a panel with him. And then that prancer-sized lady? You ever seen the prancer-sized
I love her camel toe. You and her pussy were on a fucking panel together. A giant vag.
Dude, her vag is ridiculous.
You can see it, right?
That's the first thing you notice is her prancer-sizing pussy. That's the first thing I saw.
They had her prancer-sizing down Main Street.
Right, that's what she did.
I saw that on TV, too.
She prancer-sized down Main Street, and people are yelling, nice pussy. I swear to God, because everyone's just wasted.
When I saw that video, I was thinking to myself, how much is it going to cost? How much does it cost you to get the prancer-sizing lady?
$30.
That's the exact same thing I thought. No, I was thinking...
And how many gigs does she get a year?
Yeah. She's pretty,
I bet you it's more than 5 Gs.
Maybe. She was saying how her life's changed and all that, blah, 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 blah. But she's 64 years old.
We had her on.
Exercising sucks. Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we?
We had her on. Yeah, she was a nice lady.
She's a nice older lady. Yeah, she's from Florida. But I thought, how are you going to, me, I thought it was cool. I don't know where I'm going. But how do you make that call to the prancer-sized lady? She's in her 60s, hey, we're going to take you somewhere you don't know. Yeah. And it's a big party and we need you to prancer-size down Main Street.
And then all of a sudden they go, all right, it's time to prancer-size. That seems real awkward. And then she does it. But people must have lost their minds if they're in a party atmosphere and you see the prancer-sizing lady. Seriously, that's all it takes. You would lose your mind, right?
Absolutely. I think that's why
they prancer-size with her?
Yeah, everybody did.
But they're yelling about her pussy?
No, people off the side of the road were yelling the funniest shit about her pussy. In the middle, Vanilla Ice. Everybody's having a great time, but because everyone's drunk, they were like, "Fuck you, Vanilla Ice." Everybody, any performer got heckled. They got heckled. For me, I did a joke that bombed, and you got a little dick, and I was like, that doesn't even make sense. Yeah.
But it didn't matter because the weed was free, the beer was free,
dude, and it was a corporate gig.
The
so
prancer-sizing lady.
Yeah. It was.
It's amazing a corporation would do that because corporations are so paranoid. That's ballsy by Bud Light, man, or by Budweiser.
They were saying, Bud Light was saying, as long as nobody died or anything happened, it was a good event, and it was a good event.
Dumb question probably, but what did Budweiser get out of this? Because I didn't see a lot of media coverage. I saw the one piece on TV.
Yeah. That part, I don't know.
Were they hoping that other places were going to pick it up? Or maybe they did and I just didn't see it? I don't know.
I think it was just a big promotional thing for them, just to Bud Light, just, everywhere. They filmed a lot. I think one of the main things they did is everything that they filmed this entire event. So I think the next commercials that you're going to see for the next year for Bud Light are all from this event.
Gotcha.
So I think maybe that's something.
Then they do it again and charge for it?
Probably.
Do they make it an event?
I don't think they need to charge.
Maybe not.
They're so big. They just want to make sure they keep the brand,
Is this a way to get younger people to drink it, you think? The younger people drink Bud Light? Maybe the young people don't drink Bud Light.
Oh yeah, that's probably what it was. Because the contest, you had to be between the ages of 21 and 27. You couldn't be any older. 21 to 27.
Shit.
Yeah, to win that contest, yeah.
You were in a town with just nothing but 21 to 27-year-olds?
Dude, the girls were...
white?
It was sick. Yeah, it was sick. It was,
did you,
you know what?
Did you,
I did
fuck the prancer-sizer lady?
I wanted to. I wanted to fucking get lost in her camel toe. But,
what do you get? A little finger popping?
Honestly, you know what, man? I didn't do anything. I fucking, I don't know. Kind of like this girl. So I didn't do anything. But I guess I could have, should have. I don't know. It was fun. I had fun.
That's cool.
I saw my manager's dick by accident. That's it.
Why?
We were staying in the same room. Sometimes you just get...
What's he packing?
Good. He's packing the heat. I'm happy that he's representing me.
Good amount?
Yeah.
That means he'll make good deals for you because he's not he's not too angry.
And he's confident too.
Very confident,
he's
not
a big
angry.
cock confidence. When he walks into a fucking boardroom. Good for him.
He's not going to point at his dick and yell at it for being too small.
Nah, dude.
I bet you they do it again next year and figure 100%. Out. Yeah, it becomes an annual event and just becomes bigger and bigger until, of course, someone dies. And
something will happen, right?
And then they have to shut down the whole fucking thing.
One lawsuit, you probably have to sign your life away, but
yeah. Well, I mean, kids were getting arrested. I know a bunch of kids got arrested because.
Why?
I mean, they would because okay. So the thing was, there was a 3-block radius. That's whatever USA. It's pandemonium, fun zone, do whatever the fuck you want in here. The second you cross those barriers, like the entire Colorado State Police Department is waiting for somebody to do something stupid, and then they're going to. Bud Light had buses taking you back to your hotel, so you didn't have to drive. Nobody had their cars anyway; they were flown in from somewhere else. But the towns, it was really the townspeople that were getting in the most trouble because they would get fucking loaded up, and then they live in that town, so they have cars, they have their houses right there, and the cops were just, I mean, literally
scooping them up.
They were shooting with rubber bullets like they fucking could. The cops couldn't wait; they were in riot gear. They were waiting for people to come out.
Boring ass town. They finally had something to do.
And these cops are charged.
They've been jealous of the Ferguson cops for years.
God, yeah,
like it's our turn now. Finally,
dude, they were beating the shit out of people. It was great.
What was on the other side of the border? Like this amazing fun zone, and then what was right immediately at the end?
Just
someone's house.
Just someone's house with a fucking pickup truck, a yoga studio, organic egg farms. They had nothing.
Oh, wow.
They had eagles. They had hiking. That's it.
Wow.
But people were going hiking, because the party didn't stop. It was just 24 hours. And I Saturday morning, I walked with a couple of friends just walk through these mountains, just, chill out, whatever. And then when you just see people from the town, like Bud Light, with the wristbands, just fucking drunk hiking, going into pass that say, do not cross this bear attacks. And people are like, whatever. And you're fucking stumbling in. I was like, you're going to die,
Would you go to that town now, without this event?
I would, actually. I've never seen a town. I mean, look, I don't get out of the city much, and I'm like a city kid, and nature scares the shit out of me. But to be in a town as beautiful as that, I felt like I was in The Sound of Music. That's what it looked like. It just looked like Austria.
I'll bet you that's good for tourism for them. Because all those 1,000 people will say what an amazing time they had. I'll bet you it boosts people coming back. Yeah,
probably come back to the area, whatever.
A number of people who I spoke to said that they were there for that, and they had booked a week. They're still there. They paid their own money to stay in the hotel just to take part, just to be in the town because it was so beautiful. They made that decision once they got there, so it is helping already.
What a great promotion!
Yeah,
I didn't know you were there. That's so cool.
It was cool, man. It was one of those cool.
Just thinking about it the other night, how cool is this? Scott in Pennsylvania.
Hey guys, how are you?
Good.
Hey, basically, Bud has an advertising budget 4 times of what Miller Coors has, and they're the next largest brewer in the country. So they do this a lot. They buy a lot of ski resort towns, maybe not to this extent, but if you go to Killington, Vermont, they pump so much money in advertising during the busy season that that's all you can get is either the local brews and Bud Light. That's about all you can get on the mountain most of the time.
Right. Yeah, we know they have a huge advertising budget, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And now they're doing something kind of cool.
Wow.
Yeah, it even trickles down into the small restaurants because that's where I had the experience with it. And they can just basically buy whatever they want, and that's how they can push a lot of the other companies out of the restaurants and stuff too.
Right.
Okay.
Well, then they picked a small town, so they didn't have to, strong arm too many local
unions
businesses
and stuff. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You're gonna be serving Bud this weekend. You understand that, sir, don't you? Thank you, Scott.
You can clear down that kind of money. Thanks, guys.
All right. Sarah from Buffalo. She's a good egg on Twitter. One of the good ones. There's not many good ones, but Sarah certainly is a good one. She just gave me a picture gallery from the event from USA Today. Did you see the huge monster truck with the 20 fucking foot wheels?
Everything. Yeah. They had a massive King Kong.
Did you see the people that... You didn't tell me about them hanging out on the roofs.
Oh, yeah, those people.
Holy fuck. There's a picture. They're just partying and hanging out on the roof.
Those must have been the residents.
Parades. Blue horses. You didn't tell me about the blue horses.
Blue horses, yeah. People would go... some of the shit...
I think Peter would have a problem with the blue horse.
Who did that?
Right.
Just white girls love blue horses.
Very good. Sorry. This isn't in Seattle. How do they paint the horses blue?
I don't know. They just they were spray painting live animals.
They probably just said, fuck it.
I don't even think that was part of the event. I think that was probably some drunk fuck that spray paint. It was like, I'm just going to paint this horse.
You got the fire breathers.
Yeah, those guys were sick.
I'm making sure I think you covered it really well, actually.
What else did they have?
I think you nailed it. A lot of blue.
Everything was blue. I mean, they had oxygen tanks there because what happened. What the townspeople were a little scared of is because you were 9,000 feet above sea level. You get fucked up really quick. So people were getting drunk twice as quick as they normally would because everything's messed up with the altitude.
Right.
So that's why they had water and oxygen wherever you go. But by the end of the weekend, I mean, they had painted those oxygen tanks blue. People were throwing oxygen tanks. There was vomit everywhere, but it was great.
I don't think Budweiser wants you to tell the people there was vomit everywhere.
Oh yeah, my bad. I didn't see that. I mean, I thought
did Budweiser hire you, or was it Comedy Central?
A Bud Light, yeah.
Bud hired you?
Yeah.
Well, you got to expect that people might be puking a little bit.
No, but it was clean.
Whatever
it was clean. Honestly, it was clean. It was like the people it was the greatest event. It was awesome. I would suggest if they do it again, go.
Were they cleaning up the town as they kind of went?
They were.
They had people...
because I think they had to clean up the town. From what I heard, Bud Light had an agreement like, we'll clean up your town, of course, and we'll leave it in better condition than we found it. And so they're there all week working. And like Bud Light is still there, and they're going to make the town sick, which I believe. I mean, the people who run Bud Light are like they're like my age, but they're the most responsible people I've ever met. I'm like, how are you, dude? We're the same age. How do you have your shit together?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
What a great advertising idea.
Yeah.
I want to go to St. Louis now just to go to their breweries. Like they were telling me how cool St. Louis is, where all the Budweiser stuff, that's where all their headquarters are. And it's cool to have friends at Bud Light because they were like, look, man, anytime you come to St. Louis, we'll take you around. We'll give you the keys to the city because they pretty much own that city.
We used to be very in with Budweiser when we were on regular radio, me and Anthony. Mm-hmm. I mean, we had meetings with some, I'll say it, some of the big wigs.
Yeah.
Working on all sorts of, future projects. And then, of course, we fucked up everything. But what are you going to do? And they haven't been back since, by the way, which sucks because they loved us.
Yeah.
We moved a lot of product for them.
Dude, I feel like if you just talk to them, they seem like the type of guys, if you just talk to them and they're like, yeah, all right. Like they're the coolest they're coolest guys.
Yeah, they know what we could do for them.
Yeah.
We could sell some Budweiser. That's for sure.
Yeah, they all are pristine white men. I've never, classic white guys.
Yeah, when we fucked up, we lost all beer companies.
Yeah.
You would think one of them would have came back by now.
Nothing.
Lost Sam Adams, lost Bud.
Well, does beer do a lot of stuff on this platform anyway, really? They don't do much.
Yeah, I guess
not. Serious, do they? Just cause I don't know why.
It's too bad, We can move razors. We can move some beers.
Maybe you think they do it because people are mainly listening to this when they're driving? Is that what it is?
No.
I don't know. I guess it's just their philosophy, where they want and... Yeah. Want to advertise. Yeah, I don't really hear beer ads on satellite radio in general. There might be a couple here and there, but not. I don't know. It's not a thing. Wow, what a great fucking story, man.
It was good, dude. I feel like a different guy.
Were you bummed you had to leave?
I was, yeah. I mean, nobody wanted, like when you were driving. Then we had to drive 4 hours from Crested Butte back to Denver, and it was depressing. Like you're leaving the city and it's like things are still exploding, DJ's still going on, but we got to get on our flight, and then it's just sitting there in silence now.
You left Sunday morning?
Sunday morning, yeah. Well, Sunday, I left Crested Butte Sunday morning at 9 a.m. My flight from Denver left at like 4 p.m., but it's 4 or 5 hour drive to Denver. You have to come back through the mountains because, it's another thing. These planes, Crested Butte is in such a weird spot that they said 50% of the time the planes can't land there. And they got to turn back and just have a shuttle because it's like in between the mountains. And if the weather is crazy, the pilots are like, I can't fucking land
Same thing happened when I did Aspen the last time, which was, it was actually the day before I came back. I blew off shows and came back a day early because I knew Sabbath was getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Right. And I'm like, I'm not getting snowed in this shithole. And
Aspen's a shithole?
No, compared to Sabbath's induction, it was.
Right.
And it turned out that the day, had I left on my planned day, I would have been snowed in.
Wow.
Because a little bit of bad weather and all the flights are just stuck.
That's it. They can't land it. It's like the airport, literally like when you land, like you're landing in between mountains. Like it was pretty nerve-wracking because you're like, oh shit. Like if this guy does one wrong thing, what was sickest thing? There was a pilot was a woman on our plane, and this guy... Dude, this guy got off
sick.
the plane in Denver. He was like, I'm not.
He said, fuck that.
He was like, I'm not going to do it. No, he goes, no disrespect to the woman. I was like, that's the most disrespectful thing you could have ever done, you asshole.
You can't say that and say no disrespect.
A seat opened up in first class, though, so some fucking lucky fuck got to move up.
Yeah, the one thing, some of these people that won the contest are never leaving the town.
No.
Those townspeople are stuck with some winners now.
Yeah, you see the fucking Monday morning when they try that same shit, that same wild behavior, how fast they get their fucking jaws broken.
Dude, when we walk
the locals.
And I'm telling you, man, I saw this twice, so I know that it was a couple people doing this because the bathroom lines were crazy, as you could imagine. I saw human shit on the outskirts. As soon as you walk past that barrier,
I work with it.
I was like, this is full blown human shit. It had corn in it, and it was shit.
I'm gonna be sad all day now.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's everyone.
I'm kidding. That's funny. Let me go to Scott in Toronto because he went to the Coors Light Mansion or something, Mystery Mansion. So this type of thing has been going on for a while in other forms, I guess. What do you got, Scott?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years ago, they have Coors Light put on this thing called the Mystery Mansion, and so we won tickets to that, and it was in Collingwood. It's a small ski resort in Ontario, and went there. Buses had tape all over the windows. You couldn't see shit. They picked us up in Toronto and took us there, and it's just the same thing he's saying. It was just a chaos thing there, but then we got we won tickets there to go to what they call the National Mystery Mansion in Banff, Alberta. So they flew us out there, and for 4 days, it was just a gong show out there. It was fucking basically a fuck fest and everything you want for free, free booze, free, drugs, basically. Not weed and shit like that, but there was enough. They definitely weren't stopping people from selling it.
And they pick these small resort towns because they, like you said, they don't do business in the summer.
Yeah.
So it's probably a good time to do it because they have nothing else going on.
God,
They do it.
Yeah.
They see the dollars, right?
Yeah.
Oh, now you got to listen?
Sorry, stop listening to your radio.
Bro,
Sorry.
we're still talking to you.
Yeah.
No, but it's unbelievable, man. Like they treated us pretty well out there, and then they just bring up like all the girls. When we walked into our room in Collingwood, there was like this fucking rocket girl sitting there in a French maid's outfit, dusted, and she's like, welcome to the Mystery Mansion, all that stuff, and we ended up pulling a train on her later on, but that was.
Such a lie.
You just didn't do that.
Actually,
we've been doing this a long time. You just didn't do that. You didn't do that. You're trying to sound cool for your friends.
Yeah, you didn't pull a train, sir. You went home and jerked off like your friend.
Yeah, into a fucking Canada Dry ginger ale.
It's the only thing I've got in my life.
All right, you pulled the train.
Yeah, or if you did, it wasn't.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Thank you for believing.
But you were last. Be honest, you were last, right?
Third.
You were on cleanup duty.
All right, Scott. Good job.
All right, take care, boys.
E-Rock just gave me a note. I forgot about this, but yeah, this did happen. Bud Light rented a whole cruise ship for the Bud Light Hotel during the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
last year.
Bud Light is honestly like being a part. I would drink. I'm telling you, I'll drink that beer. I never used to. I'll drink that beer now just from being around the festivities.
Right. They make a good quality beer.
It was great.
Obviously.
And I just want to say too, Bud Light wasn't like saying that it was. People were just smoking weed in that town because you can just smoke weed in that town. Bud Light had nothing to do with that. I don't want anyone.
Will you stop trying to gear up for next year's gig?
Yeah.
Come on,
I don't
dude.
like corporate Chris.
Come on.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking.
I think
I'm still new with this. I don't want to fuck anything
I think
up
people
yet.
assume that the pot is legal and Budweiser didn't have anything to actually do with it.
I'm surprised you didn't say. Technically everybody did drink responsibly.
They demanded the pot to be turned blue for the weekend, though.
Yeah,
That was called for.
I
got fucking nervous because he said before you shouldn't say vomit. I got nervous.
I know.
I was just kidding.
I still don't want to fuck anything up, even though I know I'm going to fuck everything
It
up.
could have been food poisoning.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Sure.
Eating blue shit and a lot of those candy bombs.
How was the food?
Food was great.
Yeah.
I mean, they had every restaurant, like I said, participated, and they had everything from sushi to pizza to burgers.
That's where you want sushi in the middle of the fucking mountains. Good place for sushi.
It was actually pretty good, but anything tasted good at that point.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
But
scorpion rolls or something?
Yeah, fucking elk roll.
Right.
All right. Let's see. I know Eric. This guy, Eric. I just know you're lying. It's okay.
Well, if you say so. I was up there yesterday. I delivered up there to a customer, and a lot of the locals are beyond pissed. And it's part of what Chris just brought up, that when the restroom lines were full, people would just like wander off into the woods or go off on somebody's property and take a shit or take a piss. And the locals were
I would
really get pissed off about it.
Maybe.
If I lived in that town, I would take a few turds on my lawn knowing the town's going to be a lot better after Budweiser leaves.
There was also people who were camping where they weren't supposed to be, and locals were telling them, hey, you can't be here, and they weren't listening to them.
Oh, no.
Nerds.
There was quite a few. And you're saying about the shuttle buses and that were, taking people to their hotels. There's a little town about 30 miles due south of Crested Butte where a lot of people were staying, and I guess some of the cops down there had some real issues with drunken partiers. But
revelers.
Revelers?
Yeah,
right.
the drunken revelers, yeah.
I bet you if you took a little poll, most of the townspeople were extremely cool with the whole Budweiser thing. There's always assholes wherever you go.
Yeah.
I think it's probably about 50-50 from
I doubt it.
I talked to up there yesterday.
I'll be honest with you, I doubt that stat.
In the town, the townspeople who were coming up to us who were having a great time, they said that they call the certain people in their town caves, and it's Crested Buttons, whatever, against virtually everything. That's what it stands for. So they said those are the people that the media probably talk to.
Right.
Is the people who hate everything, good or bad. They're just very stuck up. But the majority of the people that we met were so happy that we took over Bud Light took over their town.
They want 1,000 strangers vomiting in their town,
shitting in the woods.
Exactly. Who doesn't want that?
That area is real big for mountain biking too.
Yeah,
mountain biking. So what? They're rolling over turds now.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I don't know, but yeah, like I say, the 4 customers that I delivered to up there yesterday, the people, like I say, some of them were cool with it, and some of them weren't. But they said that the problems were kind of what Chris just brought up too. That people just doing shit they weren't supposed to.
Way to go, Chris.
Sorry.
That's great.
Way to go.
Come on. I really did again.
Way to go. All right, thank you, sir.
Fucking corporate Chris is ruined.
Yeah, Chris is finished.
His buddy got arrested there for pissing in public. Well, you probably should be arrested for that, right?
How much time did you do in jail? Did you have to spend the whole night in jail?
Let's go to Jerry in Philly. Jerry.
Suck.
Yo, guys. Hey,
your friend went up there?
Yeah, no, he's back. He's back. But the big thing is, fucking Opie, why is it that you're ruining the show since Anthony left?
Sir,
your lack of chemistry between Jimmy and yourself.
But Jerry, look,
this is not what you did. What about your friend getting arrested?
Yeah, right. Why are you listening then?
Well, no.
Why are you listening? Because guess what? The company really likes how the show sounds. So it's going to be up to them whether I'm ruining the show. So if I'm not here in October, I guess I'm ruining the show. So my point is very simple. Why wouldn't you just move on and listen to another show? Why subscribe to Anthony and move on?
No,
because there's plenty of people that are enjoying the show.
This isn't.
You don't like it. That's fine.
It's not a you versus Anthony thing.
I'm not saying it is. Fans are deciding that's what it is, but I don't have an issue with Anthony, and and everything I've gotten from Anthony since the whole thing went down. He doesn't have an issue with me.
You're making my point right now.
I'm not.
No, he's actually asking a legit question, Jerry.
I'm asking. I'm throwing it back on you. Why are you so obsessed that you're still listening then?
There's a lot of talent in the studio, but your inability to let it roll and your steamrolling over everybody.
All right, yeah, sure.
Killing it.
Okay. First of all, a lot of talent in the studio. There's 3 of us right now, and we have a very minimal amount of talent in the studio.
Yeah, you set my clips on YouTube. They suck.
It's just frustrating because
it's not frustrating because you have choices. So maybe it's time just to go listen to Anthony and find other things to listen to. That's fine. And if enough people do that, then guess what? I will not be doing radio anymore because no one would want to listen to this.
What am I going to do?
I understand, but the issue is you pride yourself on being this honest, super radio show, and there's this writing on the wall where there's a lack of chemistry between you and Jimmy.
I think first of all,
give him jokes. You're steamrolling now.
Yeah, because I'm going to because you're just a stupid little fucking hater. Okay.
Oh boy.
No, you are. You're one of those people that will never be satisfied. There's a lot of you guys out there. I get how that works, and I've explained this. Me and Anthony had amazing chemistry. Me and Jimmy not so much. Me and Jimmy know that, but it's gotten better already.
Your inability to set him up and steamroll over his great joke.
No, Jerry, honestly, one of the things you're saying is chemistry is not about people liking each other. It's about when you're used to performing, especially when it becomes a 3-person thing. It is a very different. It's like a triangulation, a crossfire. It's this fucking way. It's a pacing and a cadence thing, and when a tremendous piece of that is removed, it's like it takes quite a while to build that up without that piece there. I'm being very honest, man. You're expecting a lot in just a couple of months.
And there's a bigger problem here. You're extremely obsessed. Just go away. That'll solve your issue that you obviously have.
I'm not upset.
I didn't say upset. I said obsessed. You're obsessed with what I do. That's really creepy to me.
No, that's far from it.
You're listening today. That's creepy. John in the Bronx, go ahead, John. You're on with Jerry.
Dude, you got a good show going on. Come on, this guy's full of shit.
Well, he wants to just hate because that's what he does.
Oh, boy. Now here come the supporters and the ball lickers. Here's the problem.
It has nothing to do with it, dude. I like Ant Show. Ant Show's good, too. Ope Show's great, too. Jimmy's a fuck.
And it's not called ball lickers. If you're going to be a hater, then there's going to be other people on the other side. That's just how it works. You can't just throw it away like, oh, they're just ball lickers. The phones are lit with people that are enjoying the show, Jerry. Period.
It's not necessarily.
It's a different show. What can I tell you?
There's talent in the studio.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I've proven it since I was 18 years old. Trust me. Why do I continue to have radio jobs over and over and over again for way more money than you'll ever see in your entire fucking life?
Because people carry you on their...
They don't carry me, you dope. First of all, I created the whole fucking thing in the beginning, you idiot. And I've also handpicked most of the people that you hear on the fucking show. I was the one that brought Jimmy to the show, not Anthony or anyone else. I was the one that said, wow, this guy has something, and I handpicked Jimmy. I handpicked Anthony back in the fucking day, you idiot. I'm done with you, Jerry. Good job, though. Go run to some fucking hater site and go, oh, I did it, guys. I did it. I got on. Pay attention to me. Who's going to be next to do this? Because I really think I got to him this time.
You're really upset.
Fucking
Chipper,
idiot.
I want Chipper.
Hold on a second. I want to hear about Jerry's friend. Let's forget all this other nonsense.
What did he do? He was peeing in his woods.
Enough already. So stupid.
Thank you for having me on the show, Opie.
Oh, you're welcome.
I appreciate it.
I picked you. Opie like
Thanks, Roland.
That's just weird to me. Like, move on. That's all. That's how it works. Yeah, that's how it works. From day one, I said we're not going to try to move on and make believe Anthony. We're just moving on without Anthony. I said at day one that this is like a huge challenge, and I am extremely, extremely happy at how it has worked out so far, and so is the company. So sorry. They want us to stay here. They want us to stay here. So the haters are going to be really bummed when another contract is signed. So.
The doormen in my building, they loved it. They loved the show. They listen to both. They're like,
First of all, I don't believe you live in a building that has doormen.
Hell yeah.
You don't.
In Long Island City. It's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. I don't live in a doorman
fucking
building in
homeless
Manhattan.
people. They open the door for you and expect a tip.
Yeah,
doorman.
Doorman. That was a dick thing I just said, the doorman. Sorry.
It's just creepy to me that people obsess about to that point. What were we supposed to do? What were we supposed to do? I think people wanted us to leave and just have no careers because it was obvious from very early on that Ant was moving on to do his own thing. He wasn't ready to do his own thing, but when the company said, look, we got to get rid of you, he quickly moved on to do his own thing. We have had not one discussion about continuing the Opie and Anthony show. Not one. Have I talked to Ant a bunch of times? Yes. But there has not been one discussion of actually continuing the show. So what are we supposed to do? Explain that to me. I would love to hear the answer.
Right.
It
was a position we've been put in, which we didn't ask for. Nobody wanted Anthony to be fired. If you're saying that there was a 3-person dynamic. You guys were the show. I have my role on the show. And then when a fucking huge... Anthony's not just a fucking... a third of the show. He's a huge piece of the puzzle. And he's just been taken away. So now we're sitting here like, okay, how do we form this into something?
Right.
It's like, it takes time, man. It's fucking... That's a little irritating when they kind of... they expect it just to them to like it as much as they liked the old show. And if you don't, I understand.
Of course. Okay. Of course. But, Anthony's doing great with his thing, and I know we're doing great with our thing.
Yeah, believe me. I do Ant's show, too. I don't fucking trust any company. I want to have a place to land.
But to blame me personally about what's happening, I think, I'll be honest, it's pathetic. It's pathetic, because in the end, I had nothing to do with it. Nothing. And I did everything I could behind the scenes to try to, save Anthony. It didn't work, okay? But I had nothing to do with it. Period. Yeah. And then it was very obvious that it was time for me and Ant to go our own ways for a little while. Not because we hate each other or anything. It was just kind of time. And I think Ant made the first move. He was the one that said, whoa, okay, boom, I'm going to go do this. It's something I can't talk for him, but I've known him long enough to know that it was always in the back of his head and went, oh, here's the jumping off point. Now it's time. I'm going to go do this now. And that's completely fine. Completely fine.
It's a tremendous video setup, too.
He's got an amazing setup. So
he's never leaves his house, though. He needs to get out of his fucking house.
Right.
He's fucking shut in.
I'll say it again. To blame me personally, that's pathetic. And you want to talk about honesty, that you're not being honest with yourself. Not at all. So. All right. All right, cool.
Yeah.
That guy has a lot now for the hate sites. I did it, guys. I'm uploading the file now. I'm uploading the file. Let's find another one of his videos that we can make fun of. Go away. Just go away. It's okay. It's okay. To obsess about me that much, that's kind of creepy. I'll be honest with you. Kind of creepy.
I never listen to anything I don't enjoy.
No.
I really don't. I understand the idea of getting ourselves angry because it's like sometimes I listen, but I don't ever tune into anything regularly that I don't like. I just don't do it. Right. I don't watch shows. Like I watched The Leftovers. I watched 2 fucking episodes. Right. It stinks.
Right.
I'm done with The Leftovers. I'm not going to watch it every week and then call HBO and yell at them.
It's just weird. We're playing the hand that was dealt to us, This is kind of fun because it's new and different. I'll be honest with you, it's fun. But I also enjoyed most of the 20 years with Anthony, most of them. And that's a fact. We have great lives because we met each other back in 1994. And I, at the time, chose to bring Anthony on. That is a fact. So you're going to beat me up about that too? Really?
And it was Opie, I've said this before, who did bring me on. And Anthony would tell you that. Anthony liked me when we first started. Anthony wouldn't have cared if I threw myself off the NEW building in the beginning. We liked each other, right. But he was doing his own thing. Opie brought me on board.
Right.
If it wasn't for Opie, I wouldn't be doing it. So those of you that don't like me, you should blame Opie.
And that led to all the comics after you. Yeah. It opened the floodgates. And, and it became what it was. And it had an amazing run. And who knows, maybe it gets back together eventually. Whatever. But I know, and I think Ant knows, the time was right to kind of do our own thing for a little while. That's all. And he's having a fucking blast, and I'm having a blast. So just move on, dude. It'll be okay. You like Anthony more than me? That's fine. Go listen to his show. AnthonyCumia.com. Go subscribe. He's doing great.
Yeah.
What else do you want? Jesus.
Yeah, that's the mentality I don't understand. Like, I don't even fault people who don't like it. Like, if I listened to a show and it was a 3-part show and the part that I love the most, a lot of people loved Anthony the most and he's gone.
Right.
I get it. I don't hold any grudge against those people who feel like, you know what? I listened to it. It's not for me. I miss Anthony too much. I can't hear it.
Which is fine.
I have no issue with those people.
None. I'm not going to try to argue you back or anything. None. But why keep obsessing about it? The guy you like the most is doing just fine. Supposedly he's making more money than he was making here.
Yeah.
So there you go.
He's doing quite well.
He's doing quite well.
Financially.
So go check it out. He's on today at 4. He'll be happy to take your call.
Yeah.
So, all right, Chris, get out of here.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Chris. You destroyed the chemistry.
I'm sorry.
What are you promoting? We're going to take a little break.
All right. Tomorrow through Sunday, I'll be at Side Splitters in Tampa Bay, Florida.
Nice. Okay. More with Chris. And we got Ernie Hudson coming in today.
Ernie Ernie is in traffic in New Brunswick. He's outside the Stretch Factory.
What?
Where I'll be October 2nd through 5th. Tickets are on sale now. We just put this show on sale. Next weekend, I'm in Columbus at the Funny Bone, September 18 through 20. And then Levity Live, October 16 through 18 are my gigs coming up.
All right, nice. We'll continue.
Who's that old guy over there? Uncle Paul, with the creepy old guy stare. Uncle Paul, now he's coming over here, slowly limping down the hall. It's too late now, 'cause here comes Uncle Paul.
Let me show you how to make a big boy love you.
In today's episode, Uncle Paul talks about his career as a Foley artist.
Yeah, I did Foley work. Sure. Like you take your hand and you put oil on it, and that sounds like the baby's bottom getting kissed.
How do you make the sounds of skiing? You just blow into his hiney. Whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, you yank his little privates, and when his feet are kicking your chest, you tug his private parts. That sounds like the tribal drums.
Who's that old guy over there? Uncle Paul, with the creepy old guy stare. Uncle Paul, now he's coming over here, slowly limping down the hall. It's too late now, 'cause here comes Uncle Paul.
Welcome back to the show. Prepare to laugh, then complain on the internet.
Chris Distefano in studio today. Woo! Killing it.
Listening to him and Sam commiserate and kind of co-sign each other's lives makes me sick to my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you're doing good. You should be happy. Oh, bulky, you make me fucking ill.
Fucking love lab. Thanks for the advice, Sam.
You got it, buddy. People on the phone lines thought you might be uncomfortable during that last phone call. I'm like, do you know what Chris has been through in his life? Hell no.
Are you kidding me? I've seen my dad fucking dig holes and then, put bodies in it. No. I've seen some crazy shit. No, it's I was saying, in the break, like this show is a great platform for, comedians like myself to get on and talk to a national audience. And, with you, when it was with Anthony, it's the same. It's an opportunity for us to be a part of this. So, people are going to hate and because people have nothing better to do and they're trolls, and, whatever insecurity that guy has, that's his issue, because 95% of the people listening right now fucking love you, and they love Anthony, and they love everybody.
Right.
As I do.
They also like to. I know. I felt a little uncomfortable with that.
What are you talking about? What was that gay? Was that too gay?
One thing, Opie, I agree on. You made us physically ill.
What happened? What did I do?
You were nice.
I don't mind some. I'm not gonna. I don't mind some support. It's nice, but
it was a little too much. I couldn't fucking get emotional. Shit hasn't been the same since Whitney Houston died.
95% of people love you. I love you. Everyone loves you. We love
What do you want me
everything.
to fucking say?
It was a little gay.
God damn it.
There you go. That's what I like.
Does anybody have a cock to put in my mouth?
Shitty. There you
No,
are.
it's not that type of gay.
Oh, it's not that type of gay?
No. It's a little gay.
It's emotional. You know what it is? I grew up, even though my dad's a tough guy, I grew up with just my mom, so there's times where I can get like really emotional.
Right.
So I apologize.
You got
for
both of that inside you.
We like the motive behind it. It was
nice. It came from a good place.
We like you.
Right.
Yeah.
Just didn't like your fucking schmaltzy speech.
I forgot to tell people we promoted that Brewer was going to be here today, and I forgot during the day yesterday. He wrote me and said he couldn't make it in.
Tomorrow is here?
Monday.
Possible. On Monday, okay.
I think Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rebooked for Monday, and then we grabbed Chris last minute. And,
Thank you.
And we're happy we did, by the way.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, we're bringing you guys in to kind of, fill Ant's seat. It's not an easy seat to fill, so.
Yeah.
People are doing great. Sandy Kane tomorrow, too? Nice.
Oh, good.
Very nice. All right. Ray Rice. What do you think about the Ray Rice situation?
Man, that was a
I'm
good
trying to
hit.
set him up with my sister.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bit complicated.
It's really complicated. I mean,
because they made. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, he punched her like he fucking beat. That was a sick shot. Like that would have knocked all three of us out.
Oh, easily.
At the same time.
Easily.
And I don't know. I still am just questioning if the NFL saw that video before, or if the legal. I mean, the judges had to see that video, right? I mean, you can't just withhold that shit.
It's hard to believe if TMZ has it that the NFL didn't have a peek at it.
Well, the Revel Casino closed down, right? And that's what it is. And they said some guy, whoever sold that.
Yeah, disgruntled employee.
Disgruntled employee. So maybe nobody did see it.
But how is there not legal action against that guy? How do you sell a video that doesn't belong to you and not have legal action taken?
Do they sell it even? I don't know.
I guess, yeah. I guess there's no...
We'll learn more about who leaked it.
I mean, do you think Ray Rice will play in the NFL ever again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He'll do a bunch of domestic violence PSAs and shit like that.
Because our society, like, we forgive.
I was a little
It's so weird. We beat the shit out of you. We drag you down and destroy you, and then we give you a year, and then we're like, all right, we forgive you.
Yeah. I mean, it's, the only thing that kind of pissed me off is on Monday Night Football when Ray Lewis is talking about fucking, he's like, he should be punished. I'm like, dude, you fucking murdered someone and didn't go to jail and fucking won Super Bowls.
We don't know if he murdered him.
He probably, he was.
We just have to say, we weren't there. Let's just put it that way.
All right, we weren't there.
Was he acquitted? Did he go to trial and was acquitted?
No. I don't even know what happened. I think Ray Lewis is a fantastic player, but it was just a little funny to me where I was like, dude, you were in this same shit and you're talking shit about Ray Rice now?
Right.
Yeah. I guess he was, I don't know.
Supporting him.
I just feel like Goodell or somebody very close to him saw the video. It's hard to believe that didn't go on.
There was some funny, I don't know if you guys like on Instagram, like there was some funny, it's fucking sad, but it's funny, like they have him carrying her out of the elevator and they're like, Ray Rice's longest carry of the year. I was like, oh shit. Wow.
People
or like,
are brutal.
They got like Ray Rice and Chris Brown, they have them as like best friends, you know? Yeah. Now like, fucking, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, that was a rough punch, man. Fuck.
That was a left hook to the jaw. And then she hit her head on the handlebar, so it was like a double bang bang knockout.
But don't you think she was knocked out before she hit the handrail?
I guess.
That was a shot, man.
Did she have to get like carted out, or did she walk out under her own power?
Later on in the video, she's kind of sitting up and coming to a little bit, so
did he go to jail that night for that, though, at least?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Interesting.
Don't know.
Not many questions were kind of asked at the time.
Well, what do you think about all these people? There's all these people, domestic violence, women saying, how could she go back with him? How could she go back with him? Blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, do you think, like, maybe they just figured it out? Or you think, like, she's probably scared to leave him?
Was that a one-time thing, though? Was that a one-time freak
first offense? That was his first offense?
But I mean, in their own...
Oh, yeah, that...
legally. But, I mean, was that a fucking freak accident? Not accident, but freak incident?
I don't know.
The cover of the Post today. Wake up, Janae. Sack football thug. Husband Rice now. Like, it's good old Andrea Pizer, by the way.
Yeah, she's rough.
Right? She's wonderful. I mean, we're not in their lives. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe she found it in her heart to forgive him, for this, for whatever reason.
And then she should be commended for that you can forgive and forget, like you're fucking supposed to. I mean, if he hits her again or some shit goes down, I mean, I don't know. Now, I mean, people saying, oh, for the money, stay with the money. I mean, he could be in a situation where he doesn't make much more money.
He's back playing.
How much did he make already and how many years left on his contract?
Right.
If it's a $50 million deal, he probably wasn't in the first week of it. It's like, how much did he have left?
Yeah. Well, and when they terminate a contract, that means literally $0 from now forward. They terminated everything. Zero.
He's done.
You can do that?
Mm-hmm.
He's done. Yeah. But now he'll do all the right things, and somebody will go, no, he did everything right. We're gonna grab him.
Could he play in Canada now? You think if you were a Canadian GM, would you take him?
I don't think anyone will touch him for at least a year.
That video is brutal, man.
It really is brutal.
That will always get played. That video will never not get played.
Right. It's brutal. Oh, boy, is Harvey loving this. Harvey Levin is everywhere from TMZ. Very excited.
I don't blame him for putting that one up. Because that's not even a privacy issue. Because they were in a public place. You have zero expectation of privacy when you're in an elevator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're in a casino. You know that you're being filmed.
How much do you think it went for? How much do you think TMZ gave?
25 grand. 50 grand, maybe.
Really?
Oh, for real?
How many?
I thought you were doing your bit.
No, 25 grand. You think more or less?
I would think at least 6 figures.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know that world at all.
Yeah, but it seems like that's a biggie that anyone would really want. So, and they're starting to say the people that certainly know more about Roger Goodell, the NFL, and this situation, they're saying that Roger Goodell will skate. He'll make it through.
Well, because like you said, the owners are the ones that have to overthrow him, and they make so much fucking money. I mean,
he's been great for the owners. He has made these billionaires more. Oh my God! These billionaires that need a little more money. Yeah. Roger Goodell is their man.
Squeezes it out.
So, and he made $44 million last year, Roger Goodell. And they're like, wow, that's a lot of money. But that's how much money he made for everybody else that he was able to make that for himself. $44 million.
So you know what people are going to say, though? Because he overturned this and made such a drastic decision and suspended him indefinitely and the Ravens got rid of him, people are going to start commending Goodell, too, because they're going to believe that he didn't see it and be like, oh, you saw it and did the right thing, so maybe it helps him in the long run.
Yeah, I don't know. What was the other point? We got Ernie Hudson outside the studio, but really quickly. Oh, Madden what are we up to, 15?
15, yeah.
Madden 15 is going to yank Ray Rice out of the game with an update.
Really?
You get those video game updates Well, you can update your Madden, and then they're gonna wipe Ray Rice right out of the game.
They could do whatever they want.
Isn't that amazing?
On Friday, he's gone.
He's gone.
So play him now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but
they're putting him into a boxing game, which is.
We got more on the Ray Rice situation, but we got Ernie Hudson outside the studio. We should talk to him. We only got him for like 15, 20 minutes probably. From Ghostbusters.
And Ghostbusters 2 and Oz.
Right, of course. Ernie!
Hey.
Welcome aboard, sir.
Good morning.
God damn, you don't age. Ernie Hudson, he doesn't age.
Hey, how are you?
What's up, man, Chris?
Hey, Chris, how you doing, Chris?
What's up, Ernie?
Pleasure, brother.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
All right. Promoting Ghostbusters, huh? Are you sick of talking about Ghostbusters at this point?
You know, it's all good. I got about another 4 hours of Ghostbusters, and then it's like never again. No, it's all right.
Yeah.
All right. This is cool.
Well, every interview you do, though, they probably want to hear about. They just ask you questions about it. How many questions can you answer about Ghostbusters?
Well, the same questions is just sort of,
What's the one question everyone hits you with? And
is
like,
there going to be a
again.
third Ghostbusters?
They were sort of talking about that, though, for a while.
For about 20 years, yeah.
Oh.
it never ends. It's like it's
20 years.
But then you said there's Harold Ramis died, so you're not going to do one without Harold.
Studio, there's money in it.
They don't care.
Come on, I mean, Harold, yeah. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
We'll miss him, but if he gets enough money, he'll come back as a ghost. He'll still be working.
That's a good point. Yeah, I guess you'll fucking just learn to work without having someone there if they offer the right amount of money.
Right, yeah.
I saw your Instagram yesterday. You went to the firehouse.
Oh, the fire, yeah.
You just have to do it, huh?
Well,
it's in Brooklyn, I believe.
No, it's here in Manhattan.
Well, the one. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's here in Manhattan. There was people there taking photos.
All day
Couldn't believe
long.
that I was a guy. I think that's him. I don't know. He's kind of. So it was fun. So.
Would you rather talk about Ghostbusters or Oz?
Oh, I don't care. I'm just happy to be talking. It's like it really doesn't matter. I've been fortunate too between Oz, the Crow, Ghost. I mean, it's like it's whatever comes up.
Right.
I don't mind. I love them all. I mean, it's. It's sort of what I've done and who I am, and it's yeah.
You're my dad's favorite Ghostbuster.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. He took me in 1989, or 1990. I forgot. Well, I was 5. 1989, Ghostbusters 2.
Wow.
Yeah, came out, and I remember my dad screaming at the screen, "Winston, you're my guy!" And people were like, "Can you please stop yelling?"
Why do you pick Winston though?
My dad, he just loved. he just loved him. He just.
Well,
I don't know.
Winston was sort of the kind of not the nerd, not the scientist. He was just a guy.
Yeah, well, he liked you, and I don't know. For some reason, my dad, he just thinks Dan Aykroyd's a pussy. I don't know why. He always would say that, like, no matter what he did. You see these pussy and coneheads? I'm like, why do you hate Dan Aykroyd, Dad? Fucking guy. He'd always call Dan Aykroyd a pussy, so you were his guy. And he would always give me those Ecto Cooler drinks. Remember that? Those, my mother, they had a lot of sugar, and I would go off the fucking walls, and my dad would just pump me up with Ecto Cooler, and he wanted me to be you. I was like, well, I'm a way different.
Yes, but I'm sure if you were, he would have had something to say to your mother about it.
But Dan Aykroyd's a pussy is what's been. I'm going to put that on my dad's tombstone. Dan Aykroyd's a pussy. He would want me. He would love that.
You can't say that about Dan Aykroyd.
I love Dan
maybe
Aykroyd.
Ernie thinks that. Who knows? Ernie,
sure, I love
comment?
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, when was the last time you heard from these guys?
Yeah.
Well, I saw Bill actually recently. I ran into Bill. I saw Sigourney Weaver a couple weeks ago. Annie Potts I see from time to time. When you do a lot of the social kind of premiere, whatever, you run into people. Mm-hmm. And it's always like old times. We'll get together. Let's have lunch, and you never have lunch. It's like it's something that you intend to. But I love the guys. I feel like they're friends. Danny, every once in a while, I catch him selling his vodka.
Yeah, we had him in for that.
Yeah. No, he goes all over. I was in Dublin. They said, "Oh, Danny was just here with his vodka." So
he really likes his vodka.
Yeah.
We kind of want to ask a few movie questions, but he was really into his vodka.
Yeah, vodka.
It's the skull one, right?
Vodka.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But do you have to buy the skull version every time you want vodka?
I guess, right? Is that how it works? I don't know.
How many skulls can you have?
I can't have Dan Aykroyd stuff in my house with my father around. So
you actually have the same bullshit conversations with your people that we have with ours, which is, we'll get together, and then it just never happens.
Well, I think it's just, people you intend to. When you work on a movie for 3 or 4 months, sometimes a few weeks, it's such an intense environment, and you're so thrown together, and then when it's over, you got family. I got kids. I got stuff, man. Everybody's got stuff, and so even though you mean to, work doesn't sort of force you together, and everybody sort of go in their different ways. So I kind of expect that.
So did you reach out to one of them, like with an email or something, and you didn't hear back? You're like, they must be busy.
Every once in a while I get a call from Bill Murray just out of the blue, and at first it was kind of hard to believe it was him calling, and then I'll call him back, and he never returns my call.
Oh, no.
So
oh no, you're the late night drunk call. He's like, fucking Ernie will pick up.
So but no, the guys are great, and but we don't hang out. I mean, I've always had kids, man. I got to get home. I was a single dad. Then, I've always had just, family stuff. So I can't really hang that much,
Single dad, that's got to be
a
lot of work.
That was, with the first two. Now they're both here in New York. So they're all grown up now and then, married. And I got two more who now are finally grown up. But, it's always, family stuff. And, and when you're on location, you're home not as much as you want to be. So
how long were you in the Marine Corps?
About 9 weeks.
9 weeks. Why?
Yeah, about 9 weeks, and it comes up. It must be out there in the internet. Because everybody comments on my military service, and I go, okay, yeah, I was there. I had I'm allergic to shellfish, and I had a drill instructor who was from Alabama. Nothing wrong with Alabama, but this guy was an idiot, and he was really an idiot. He couldn't believe